Hey guys, welcome back to Unit 9 of our ICP Final Study Guide. This is our last unit. Woohoo! For solutions, acids, and bases, we'll get right started with question 1. What cation does all acids have? The H plus ion. What anion do most bases have? We're going to have the OH minus ion. It's called the hydroxide ion. What are the properties of bases? Well, a base is going to feel slippery. Feels slippery. They're going to be turning litmus paper blue. Oops. Turns litmus paper blue. And litmus paper is what it is just like a strip of paper that you dunk in the liquid, and it'll turn blue if it's a base, and it'll turn red if it's an acid. So if it's a base, it'll turn blue, so that's a characteristic. And the big one is they taste bitter. Tastes bitter. Alright. And the last one is has a pH, let's write that better, pH greater than 7. And those are the major 4 properties of bases that you should probably know. Moving on to the question 4 here. And of course, if you need to pause to catch up with our notes, please go ahead and do so. But since our last unit was acids and bases, this should just be basic review. 4. Please list whether the following pHs are acidic, basic, or neutral. Alright. So if a pH is less than 7, for here, this will be an acid. If pH 7 exactly on the dot, it is going to be neutral. And if the pH is greater than 7, it will be a base. And I'm color coding this so that acids are red and bases are blue, because acids turn litmus paper red, bases turn litmus paper blue. Well, yeah, boring, nerdy stuff. But you just need to know that pH less than 7 is going to be acidic. So let's actually write that for you guys. Okay. So pH is greater than 7. That will be a base. pH less than 7 is going to be an acid. And if pH equals 7, it'll be neutral. Alright. Moving on to our last question. We'll write this in purple, my favorite color. 5. What are the chemical formulas for the following acids? Well, let's take a look at the first one. We have nitric acid. Well, the naming stuff, let me just write that stuff on the bottom here. It'll be a good review. So, ite is OUS. Ik is 8. And then IDE is hydro. Alright, so these are on the bottom of your periodic table, but if you do not know, if the ion ends in ITE, it will be the OUS form for acids, but of course we'll do all these together, so it's okay. So nitric acid ends in ic, so it will be the nitrate ion, right? Nitric, this gets replaced into nitrate. That, right? So that's how it works. So the nitrate ion is NO3 minus. And of course nitric acid has NO3 minus. And of course, because it is an acid, you will have the H plus in front. That is your formula. Next up, we have hydrochloric acid. Remember, hydro-ic will be hydride, right? Ic-ide. So chloride was just the Cl minus ion. The Cl minus ion, of course, gets an H added in front of it, which makes it HCl, which cancels the charges, because we all know H is 1 plus. Next up, we have sulfuric acid. Ic is 8, remember that. And so we have the sulfate ion, the SO4 2 minus ion. Of course, this stuff is polyatomic ion stuff, so they'll also be on the back of your periodic table on the polyatomic chart. But the sulfate ion is SO4 2 minus, which means we need 2 hydrogens per every 1 SO4 ion. Last but not least, we have sulfurous acid, right? Sulfurous ends in OUS, which is ITE. So which we will have sulfite, right? Sulfite is going to be the SO3 2 minus. It's 1 less oxygen than sulfate. Sulfite, and so we have 2 H pluses as yours. No, sorry, 2 H pluses like the previous question, except the polyatomic ion, the anion, is going to be the SO3 2 minus. And so those are our complete 4 formulas. That brings us to the end of our final study guide journey. So leave some questions in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them. Good luck for your finals.